Chosen one, you love to freak people out. You should write a book for these dummies, because the universe is exposing things exactly the way you always sensed them. And honestly, watching these folks finally realize who they were messing with is hilarious. A reckoning is unfolding, and while everyone else feels chaotic and scrambled, you're slipping back into clarity. Energy is clearing, and the very people who conspired to make your life harder are now choking on the consequences they created. Your liberation has already begun. Your magic was never gone. This is crucial for you to understand. Your power was never destroyed. Your gifts were never removed. What happened was a binding, like tying a knot in a hose. The water is still there, the pressure is still building, but nothing can flow through. That's exactly what happened to your magic. Think about someone who has all their magical powers but suddenly can't access them. That person would think everything was gone, would think something was fundamentally broken, would feel useless, hopeless, powerless, but the power was just blocked. Sitting right there, waiting. That's how you felt. You felt like your magic disappeared, your intuition went to complete garbage, your mojo evaporated into thin air, you felt lost in a wilderness you couldn't navigate. But now justice is hitting the fan, and you've been breaking loose of this binding. I bet recently you were not feeling great, not feeling too hot at all, and now suddenly you're feeling lighter, breathing easier, thinking clearer. There were certain things you stopped focusing on naturally. You started focusing more on love, on slowing down, on really being mindful of what you were taking in physically and energetically. But what Spirit is showing me is deeper than that. These people were trying to affect everything, trying to get you to eat poorly so your body would suffer, trying to make your hair fall out so your confidence would drop, trying to make your skin break out so you'd feel ugly, trying to make your love life fall apart so you'd feel unlovable. But most of all, these people were trying to bind what makes you magical, what makes you a chosen one. So it's like that moment of realization where someone discovers their magic isn't gone, it's just been tied in a knot. You are getting your magic back. These little dark attempts, these little demonic efforts ain't got nothing on you. It was an illusion. You were in this labyrinth of confusion. It was all smoke and mirrors, making you think you were losing your mind. So much is being shown to you right now, like, hey, this janky mess is over. Literally over. Now that you are seeing that you were just going in circles, it's clear what happened. All of this spell work tricked you temporarily. It was just this contemplated situation that felt never-ending. But you treated it as a spiritual quest, and you still, even though you felt pretty hopeless, you did not give up hope. You kept moving, even though you knew you were going in circles. But this is what these people were doing energetically. And you broke through all of their attempts because guess what? These people had to sell their soul to even come up against you. Do you understand what I'm saying? These people wanted to break you because you are the wheel. You are what keeps everything moving forward in the collective consciousness. All these enemies, these dark friends, had to sell themselves out because the darkness knows everyone's price. The darkness knows what people really, really want. In every story about light versus dark, the shadow side knows exactly what people desire, knows exactly what people would trade their integrity for, knows the people who want power badly enough to make dark oaths. So some of these people did this because someone betrayed them in love, some because someone was trying to save a relationship. All have different reasons for going over to the opposition. But the darkness knew what their want was, and all of these people had a want for more, a hunger that made them willing to come against you, a desire to crush you because you are the chosen one. You represent everything opposite to what darkness stands for. I mean, these people were trying everything, throwing everything at the wall. Is that going to stick? Is that going to work? Will this be a good illusion? Will this trick work? And now you are seeing it was all smoke and mirrors, and these people are crying, genuinely crying. You broke their attempts. Do you see how many of them had to get involved to point their janky efforts at you? And this is how you felt, like you were fighting through so much invisible resistance. You're just like, okay, I just feel like I'm going through some thick mud. I feel like I'm going through some quicksand. It ain't that fun, but I'm just gonna get through it. And it just did not hold a candle to what you can actually do. This is what you did to all of their attempts. You're battered, tattered, a little bit tired, but you are still standing tall. Look at their efforts sizzling and failing now that this binding is broken. All of them teaming up together, crying now, beside themselves, did not see this coming at all. It's like you are waking up from a nightmare, and now you're light as a feather. These people could not sit on your energy forever, and now you're just feeling like, woo, I don't know what shifted, but something definitely shifted. This spell had you tied up in like a spiritual straitjacket where you just felt like, I'm trying, but why do I feel like things are 10 times harder than normal? These people couldn't even really do what they wanted to do. All they managed was slowing you down, just slowing you down. Look at you now, like you cannot come up against a chosen one like that. I'm sorry, but no, everything is about to change. Justice is coming in fast. Your money is coming in. Success and abundance coming at you. All the magic is back. It is fully back. If this message hits your spirit, hype this video so more chosen ones like you can find it. You know what really gets me about all this? The audacity, the sheer audacity these people had to think stopping you was even possible. Like, who do these people think you are? Who do these people think they're dealing with? You're not some random person living a random life hoping things work out. You're a chosen one. You've always been different. You've always had this thing about you that makes people uncomfortable in the best and worst ways. People perk up or shut down, draw closer or back away, either magnetically pulled to you or instinctively repelled. There's no middle ground with you, never has been. That's because your frequency is so high that people can feel it even if they don't understand what they're feeling. It's like walking around with a spotlight attached to your soul. You can't hide even when you try. And you have tried, haven't you? Tried to dim yourself down, make yourself smaller, less intense, less everything. Because you got tired of the reactions, tired of people treating you like you're too much or not enough, or just fundamentally different in ways that made social situations exhausting. You tried to fit in, tried to be normal, tried to just blend into the background and live a quiet life, but it never worked. Because you can't hide what you are. You can't suppress a chosen one's energy for long. It leaks out no matter what you do. It seeps through your attempts to contain it. These people saw that leak and panicked, saw your light seeping through your attempts to be normal, and knew immediately what you were. Knew you were a threat, not because you were trying to threaten anyone, but because your existence threatens the lies people build their lives on. Your authenticity exposes masks. Your truth highlights deception. Your power reveals weakness in others. You don't even have to say anything. You just have to be in the room. That's what really freaks people out about you. It's not what you do, it's what you are. It's that you carry something people can't name or understand or control. It's that you see through performances instantly. It's that you know things about people that you shouldn't logically know. It's that you make people feel seen in a way that's deeply uncomfortable because most people spend their whole lives hiding. You strip away pretense without trying. Your presence alone does that. Your energy does the work, and that ability terrifies people who are trying to hide something. It infuriates people who are used to fooling everyone around them. It threatens people whose power depends on deception and manipulation. So these people try to make you doubt that ability, gaslight you constantly, tell you you're paranoid or judgmental or reading too much into things, try to convince you that your intuition is wrong, that your instincts are off, that you're seeing things that aren't there. And for a minute there, almost succeeded. For a minute you started doubting what you knew to be true, but that's over now. You're never doubting your intuition again, because you've seen what happens when you override it. You've experienced the consequences of ignoring your inner knowing to make other people comfortable. You've learned that your gut feeling is always right, even when it doesn't make logical sense. Especially when it doesn't make logical sense. Your intuition operates on a level that logic can't reach. It accesses information your conscious mind can't perceive, and these people knew that. That's why binding your intuition was priority one. That's why making you doubt yourself was the main strategy. A chosen one who trusts their intuition is unstoppable. A chosen one who doubts their intuition is manageable. This is exactly what you should be writing about. This is the book these dummies need to read. Chapter 1 could be titled, How I Knew You Were Full of It Before You Even Opened Your Mouth. Because you did know. You always know. Your intuition reads people like open books. You can feel energy, intentions, hidden agendas before anyone speaks a single word. You walk into situations already knowing how things are going to play out. You meet people and immediately understand who someone really is beneath the presentation. That ability is a gift and a burden, a superpower and a curse, because most people don't want to be seen that clearly. Most people prefer their masks. Chapter 2 should be, The Day I Realized You Were Scared of Me. Because there was a day, a moment when you suddenly understood that hostility towards you wasn't about you being wrong or bad or problematic. It was about fear. These people were terrified. Terrified of what you represent. Terrified of what you might expose. Terrified of what you might become if you ever stepped into your full potential. So the attack came preemptively, tried to neutralize you before you could become fully operational, threw everything possible at you while you were still figuring yourself out, still doubting yourself, still uncertain about your path. The hope was to break you before you got strong enough to be unbreakable, to dim your light before it got bright enough to blind everyone, to silence your voice before it got loud enough to be undeniable, and it almost worked. You felt overwhelmed, like you were under siege from all directions. Your relationships were falling apart, your finances were stuck, your health was declining, your mental state was deteriorating, your spiritual connection felt severed. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong simultaneously, and you kept asking yourself what you did to deserve this. What karma you were paying, what lesson you needed to learn. You took responsibility for chaos that wasn't yours. You blamed yourself for attacks you didn't cause. You internalized assault as personal failure. Chapter 3 needs to address when I stopped apologizing for your insecurity. Because there was a turning point, a moment when something clicked, when you realized you weren't the problem, when you understood that reactions to you said everything about others and nothing about you. When you stopped trying to manage discomfort and started owning your power. That's when everything shifted. That's when the spell started cracking. Because these people needed your cooperation to keep you bound, needed you to believe you were the issue, needed you to keep trying to fix yourself, shrink yourself, change yourself. As long as you were focused on what was wrong with you, you weren't focused on what was wrong with the situation. As long as you were trying to be more acceptable, you weren't being more powerful. As long as you were apologizing for your existence, you weren't celebrating it. Your self-doubt was the best weapon against you, and when you dropped it, the leverage evaporated. You're about to freak people out on a whole new level now. Because you're done playing small, done making yourself digestible, done moderating your intensity to make others comfortable. You're about to be fully, unapologetically, undeniably yourself, and that version of you is going to blow minds, stop traffic, change lives. That version of you is exactly what the world needs, and exactly what these people feared most. Chapter 4 writes itself, how you created an army to fight one person and still lost, because that's literally what happened. These people had to recruit, build a coalition, get multiple people on board with a mission to stop you. One person couldn't do it, two people couldn't do it. A crew was needed, resources required, coordination essential, multiple efforts had to be combined just to slow you down, just to create interference, just to make your life harder. And even with all of that, even with a team effort, you couldn't actually be stopped. Let that sink in. Multiple people working together with a shared goal of taking you down couldn't do it. Magic was thrown at you, money was thrown at you, people were thrown at you, circumstances were manipulated, everything possible was attempted, and you're still here, battered but standing, tired but moving, confused but not defeated. The best shot was given, and it wasn't enough. You're still breathing, still fighting, still believing, still moving toward your destiny, despite everything done to prevent it. Your book needs a chapter called The Difference Between Being Humble and Being Humiliated, because the confusion between these two concepts was weaponized against you. You were made to think that accepting abuse was humility, that tolerating disrespect was being spiritual, that allowing yourself to be diminished was taking the high road. Spiritual concepts were weaponized to keep you compliant. Your own growth mindset was used against you. You were made to think that if you were really evolved, you'd just accept mistreatment without complaint. But humility isn't humiliation. Humility is knowing your place in the grand scheme. Humiliation is letting others put you in a place beneath your worth. Humility is understanding you're not better than anyone else. Humiliation is letting people treat you like you're worse than everyone else. Humility is being teachable. Humiliation is being a doormat, not the same thing at all. And you're done confusing them. You can be humble about your gifts while still protecting yourself from people who want to exploit or destroy them. Chapter 6 needs to get real specific. Every weird thing that happened that I thought was coincidence but wasn't. This is where you catalog everything. The strange encounters, the bizarre timing, the unlikely obstacles, the impossible coincidences, all of it laid out in detail. Because when you lay it all out, the pattern becomes undeniable. One thing is random, 2 things is unfortunate, but 15 things, 20 things, more, that's orchestrated. That's intentional. That's coordinated attack disguised as bad luck. You need to write about how your phone would glitch every time you tried to send an important message, how people would cancel at the last minute before crucial meetings, how money would disappear just as you were about to make a major move, how you'd get sick right before important opportunities, how technology would fail at the worst possible moments, how misunderstandings would multiply right when clarity was most needed. None of that was random. All of it was interference. And you need to write about how you knew, how some part of you always knew something was off, how you'd say to yourself, this doesn't make sense, or something feels wrong, or why does this keep happening? You knew. Your intuition was screaming. But you overrode it because you didn't want to seem paranoid. You didn't want to believe people were really that malicious. You didn't want to accept that you had real enemies doing real harm. So excuses were made. Rationalizations were created. People were given the benefit of the doubt who didn't deserve it. And that grace was used as an opportunity to attack harder. The next chapter needs to be called Why Your Weirdness is Actually Your Superpower. Because the attempt was made to make you feel like your differences were defects, like your sensitivity was weakness, like your depth was dysfunction, like your intensity was instability. Everything that made you special was pathologized. Your gifts were medicalized. Your strengths were framed as symptoms. And for a while you believed it. You thought maybe something was wrong with you. Maybe you were too sensitive, too emotional, too much, too weird, too different. But none of those things are problems, all powers. Your sensitivity lets you read energy other people can't perceive. Your depth lets you understand complexities other people can't grasp. Your intensity lets you create impacts other people can't generate. Your weirdness is just your uniqueness expressing itself. What makes you interesting? What makes you effective at your mission? I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your destiny engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. If you were normal, you couldn't do what you're here to do. You need to be weird. You need to be different. You need to be too much. Because normal people change nothing, weird people change everything, and you're here to change everything. There should definitely be a chapter titled, How to Know When Someone is Intimidated by You versus Actually Interested in You, because this is something you're going to need to navigate constantly now. As you step into your full power, as you become more visible, as you start freaking people out with your capabilities, attention will come. Some of that attention will be genuine. People who authentically appreciate you, want to learn from you, want to collaborate with you, but some of that attention will be from people who are studying you, trying to figure out how you do what you do, looking for weaknesses, gathering information to use later. You need to be able to tell the difference immediately. Real interest feels clean, feels light, feels mutual. The person asks questions to understand, not to interrogate, celebrates your wins genuinely, respects your boundaries naturally, adds value to your life without keeping score, shows consistency, shows up when it matters, doesn't need anything from you to be supportive. That's real, that's safe, that's someone you can trust. Intimidation disguised as interest feels different, feels invasive, feels like an interview, feels extractive. The person asks questions that feel like intel gathering, compliments you in ways that feel like tests, challenges you in ways that feel like threats disguised as banter, competes with you while pretending to collaborate, shows inconsistency, only around when you're winning, needs you to stay small so feeling big is possible. That's fake, that's dangerous, that's someone you need to keep at a distance. You're going to need a whole chapter on the art of walking away without explanation, because you're going to have to do that repeatedly. You're going to have to leave situations that don't serve you, exit relationships that drain you, quit commitments that compromise you, and you're not going to owe anyone an explanation. You're not going to need to justify your choices. You're not going to have to defend your boundaries. You're just going to walk away clean, final, complete. This freaks people out more than almost anything else, because most people can't do it. Most people feel obligated to explain, to justify, to make sure everyone understands and agrees with decisions. Most people need permission to leave, need consensus before exiting, need everyone to be okay with it before being okay with it themselves. But you don't need any of that anymore. You know what's right for you. You trust your judgment. You honor your intuition. And when something's done, it's done. No long conversations, no dramatic exits, no burning bridges, just quiet departure. That's power. These people were trying stuff with mirrors, with practitioners, with whatever janky spiritual tactics could be scraped together, paying people to work against you, getting consultations on how to stop you, trying to get you to stop talking, stop working, stop being yourself. And now you are going to stand up like never before. This is what you're doing. This is what you are doing. Like you have magic. Your hands alone can channel so much. Your words alone can create transformation. You are a siren. You are magical. It is electric. You definitely attract animals, babies. You have energy that radiates constantly. People stop what they're doing, like you literally stop traffic. And if you thought you stopped traffic before, you're coming through like a beam of light now, remembering who you are completely. Like, yes, this is who I am. I deserve to have all of this. Justice is being served. You are so divinely protected. Not even these dark attempts can take away your magic. But the illusion was created that you were losing it all. But you're not losing anything. You were just tied up temporarily. But it felt like forever. You are reclaiming your power. You are releasing this tension, this strain. You are ready to launch. You are not only going to be receiving spotlight and affection, you are going to be in luxury, in an oasis. You're just going to be so happy, the way that you're just going to be maneuvering, like you're floating, like you walk on water. It's just magical, like you just don't have a care in the world, like you did recently. Justice has arrived. This has been a wild chain of events. You thought that you would never be happy again, that you would never receive pleasure, that you were just always going to be stuck in that state of mind. And it was concerning to you, because this was not your energy at all. These people were trying to shield your magic. So it's like binding couldn't even actually happen. Only shielding was possible, preventing you from being able to use your magic. But it wasn't taken away from you like you thought it was, and understanding that changes everything. You are going to be your sassy usual self again, like you're coming back. You're coming back strong. This is a big triumph over evil. You are changing the rules of the game, and you had to go through this so you could help other people. But yeah, all of these people were trying to shield you from using your magic, from being able to channel, from being able to help the collective. You are so magical. You are about to get recognition you deserve. Your power was being masked off, and I feel like you've never been so happy to look in the mirror and start seeing yourself again, start seeing yourself clearly. Whoever was trying to stop you from speaking up, you are going to get louder and louder and louder. You are serving cold hard truth to those that tried to limit your freedom, that tried to play mind games, that tried to control and restrict you, that tried to cause issues in your life. You're going to teach people how to be in their discernment. You're set in motion. The wheels are set in motion, and you are ready to launch. You are going through this portal. There is a portal being opened up for you, so you can travel faster. That's way better than anything you've experienced before. You felt like you were speaking and nobody was hearing you. You're like, what's happening? And so you became fearful that something bad was happening to you, or that you were being cancelled or rebuked or denounced by your guides. And now you are standing on so much gratitude for what your guides do for you. I feel like this experience showed you how powerful you actually are. You are so truly powerful. Your spirit guides work constantly for you. Your guardians work around the clock. Source works around the clock to make sure that the chosen one is protected, and you are feeling love again. Maybe you felt really blocked off from love, like you were not deserving of love. You're a fairy. You are a fairy, a siren. You're shape-shifting. People are going to be very curious about you because they've never seen anybody like you. They've never met anyone like you. You are moving past a stage of having to adapt to others. You are going to be able to enjoy things more because you are about to be rewarded like never before. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like you're waking up from a nightmare and detoxing. It's like you still feel like these little remnants of the experience, but you're still feeling really, really good. And so you're like, let me mind my business as the justice hits the fan. You are going to lead the underdogs. You are going to lead the others that break chains. Your ancestors are so proud of the chains that you are breaking. Reach out for the power and strength to make changes, to enrich your life, and to become the person that you want to be. You are going to be an inspiration to this world. You are going to be an inspiration to so many people. These people really wanted to dominate you, wanted you to become a dark friend, wanted to bring you down to opposition. But you're moving on, onward and upward. You will not seek anyone's approval, not like before. You are evaluating your options. You are repairing your mind, your body, and your soul. Like, I got my magic back. I got my magic back. This feeling of being without magic is over. You are healing. You are not going to attack. You are not going to fight dirty. You are just going to win. You are going to be serving and slaying. This is a huge transformation. You're also able to access different timelines, and you need to know that there is a timeline where you have it all. You need to step into that. It's going to be a very interesting time period for you as you rebuild your strength. Look, you're going to start a revolution. You are going to start a revolution where people are going to want to embody what you embody. Magical, ethereal, powerful. You are unlocking ancient wisdom. You are so protected. Wealth is woven into your DNA, like stars woven into the sky. By cultivating the feeling of wealth within yourself, you manifest material riches. When you choose to trust in your desires, the cosmos rewards you with endless gifts. This book you're going to write is your weapon, not against specific people, but against the system that creates people like them, against the consciousness that believes some people deserve to be dimmed so others can shine, against the lie that there's not enough light for everyone, so competition is necessary. Your book is going to dismantle those lies one page at a time, and every chosen one who reads it is going to feel seen, validated, and empowered to break their own chains. So yeah, you should absolutely write this book. You should write it messy and raw and real. You should write it while you're still healing. You should write it while you're still processing. You should write it while the memory is fresh and the emotion is real. Don't wait until you have it all figured out. Don't wait until you're completely healed. Don't wait until you can tell the story with detachment. Write it now. Write it angry. Write it relieved. Write it exhausted. Write it victorious. Write it however it comes out. Because that's what people need. People need real. People need raw. People need proof that you can go through hell and come out holding fire. Your book is going to freak people out because it's going to tell the truth. Not a watered-down, palatable version of the truth. Not a spiritual bypass version where everyone's doing their best and everything happens for a reason, but the real truth. That there are people who will actively try to destroy you. That spiritual warfare is real. That not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well, that some people really are working against you, and that you can survive it all and come back stronger than ever. This book is going to help chosen ones understand what's happening to them, going to validate their experiences, going to give them language for things they felt but couldn't name, going to show them they're not crazy, not paranoid, not imagining things, going to teach them how to protect themselves, going to show them how to break free, going to prove that victory is possible. These dummies who attacked you are going to hate this book, going to see themselves in it and deny it's them, going to read descriptions of their behavior and claim you're making things up, going to watch you help people escape the same traps and be furious about it. Good, let the fury come, let the discomfort come. Let them see what happens when a chosen one who knows how to write decides to tell the truth. So yeah, you love to freak people out with who you are and what you can do. You should absolutely write a book about all of this for these dummies who tried to stop you. Let them read about how badly the attempt failed. Let them see how magnificently you rose. Let them witness what happens when you come against a chosen one. And now that you're back, now that you're free, now that you're activated, watch what happens. Watch how fast things shift. Watch how dramatically life improves. Watch how miraculously everything falls into place. Watch how beautifully everything works out. You were never broken. You were never lost. You were never powerless. You were just bound temporarily. But that temporary binding is over. The binding is broken. The spell is shattered. The curse is reversed. The attack has failed. The opposition has lost. And you've won. You've already won. Everything from this point forward is just victory unfolding in real time. So get ready, get excited, get grateful, because the best is yet to come. And it's coming fast. It's coming now. It's coming for you. You love to freak people out with who you are and what you can do. Now go write that book. Go tell that story. Go help those people. Go change that world, because that's what chosen ones do. We survive the impossible. We break through the unbreakable. We rise from the ashes, and we light the way for everyone coming behind us. This is your invitation. This is your permission. This is your reminder that your story matters, that your experience has value, that what you've been through can help countless others who are going through similar things. You're not just surviving for yourself. You're surviving so you can turn around and show others the way out. Welcome home to yourself. Welcome home to your truth. Welcome home to your destiny. You made it, and now the real work begins. The work of building something beautiful with your reclaimed power. the work of helping others find their way, the work of living fully, authentically, powerfully, as the chosen one you've always been. Go freak them out. Go write that book. Go live that life. Go be that light. The world is waiting. Your moment is